Hi everyone, this is Maher Abraham. Today we're going to start with the Chapter 2. These are the objectives we're going to cover in Chapter 2. You may pause this video to read what we're going to cover, and also for the future use. Every time we have something like this one, I may move fast. You can pause the video and read the objective or wherever is shown in that screen. Here are the Syriac language dialects. We have two different major, not different, sorry. They are slight different in pronunciation, but they are major of the Syriac language. The first one is the Eastern Dialect, which is going to be the topic of this book, and the Western Dialect, which we're going to just take a look at the letters and vowels and move on without covering anything else in the Western Dialect. There are type of script for Syriac. We're going to mention two of them in the bottom. The Estrangelo, I'm going to cover only two of them here. Estrangelo, which is the type of script we use, which is the common between the Eastern and Western. Both of them, they use it. And this one is used for banner titles, album titles, tattoos, and also to represent the year. And the second one is the Garshouni. Garshouni, it's a script where we write another language using the letter of Syriac or Syriac letter. Or this is just like introduction to the letters in Eastern Dialect. And as you see here, I have two columns for Syriac and Estrangelo. Sometimes we call it Estrangelo, sometimes Estrangelo. Both of them, they refer to the same meaning. Again, here I'm just going to cover the name and the corresponding letter in English. And when we're going to study each letter, we're going to apply the vowels, the 7 vowels, and we're going to learn the sounds of that letter with and without the vowel. We have 22 letters in Syriac, and Syriac is a cursive language, which all letters join to each other from left and right, except 8 of them do not join from left, and we're going to cover that one later on. To memorize those letters, those 22 letters, we grouped these letters to 6 groups. أبجد، هوس، حطي، كلمن، صعبس، قرشت. Unlike English, Syriac language is from right to left. And meaning of right to left, even in talking, it's really right to left. What I mean by that, for example, when you say good teacher, you say the adjective first in English and then the noun second. Good teacher. In Syriac, it's going to be the right to left. It's going to be teacher good. Teacher is malpana. So we're going to malpana tawa. Tawa is good and is an adjective for the teacher noun. Malpana tawa. That's exactly what I mean by right to left. You're going to apply it in a conversation as well. Here are the letters. First one is Alep. The name Alep. Again, I'm not going to cover the sounds now till we're going to talk about every single one of them in this chapter, and we learn the vowels and no vowels. Estrangela or Estrangelo, this is how exactly. And again, when we're gonna study each letter, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna write these letters and Estrangelo as well. Alep is A in English, and Alep is silent, especially at the end of the word. And when is show at the beginning or at the end, in the middle, sorry, has no vowel, is silent too. Elliptics, the sounds of the vowel has on it. Again, we're going to cover this one later. Beth is a B. Gamal, G. Daleth, D. As you see here, Daleth also has a special form in Estrangelo. And Beth and Gamal, they are the same. So from this one, we're gonna learn that not every letter has a different shape in Estrangelo or Estrangelo. And that's what we're gonna cover in the next page. That's only 6 of these letters, they have different shape in Estrangelo. He, H, Wow, W, Zain, Z, Hath. I don't have anything in English for hath, but most likely is a heavily accent H. H. Teth. I don't have anything in English, and also is like a heavy accent T. 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 Teth. Yoth or Yod. Y in English. Cap and cap. Cap and cap doesn't mean which is K in English, doesn't mean we have two letters for cap, but we have 2 forms. The first one is this one here. This one show up at the beginning or in the middle of the word, and this one will fall at the end. Lameth, L. Meme and meme, just like we have with the cap and cap. Meme and meme has 2 forms. Meme at the beginning, middle. Meme at the end. Is a M. Noon, noon, or noon and noon, same as meme and meme. At the beginning, middle, at the end, and is an N. Simkath. S. I have nothing like in English, which is like slide E, A, or A, and A, and that's what we're going to cover when we study A. A has another sounds in the spoken language, so we're going to have 2 sounds for A. A, the original one, and E, like an alep, okay, and we're going to study that one. And also we're going to study how we're going to make the difference between A and E when we read it. And that is applied to the hath. Also, hath has another sound in the dialogue, is a ch. Okay, and we're going to cover that one when we study hath as well. Next one is pe. P. Sade. I don't have anything s in English, but the sound is ss as in sun. S. Qop. Q. And usually I put here Q. Honestly, not quite exactly the same sounds of Q, but it's close to that one. Q. Q. I don't know if you can say Q, Q, but this one is a Q. Again, that's what we're gonna represent when we write any word in Surah using the English letter. Resh, R, okay, or Resh is an R. Sheen, this letter is 2 letters in English, SH, Sheen, and Tau, T in English. So those are the 22 letters. Again, we're going to cover each one and later on. Speaking of the Estrangelo or Estrangela, okay, I mentioned that we have only 6 letters that are different in the shape from the Eastern Syriac to Estrangelo. And we're going to cover both of them when we're going to study the letters again. These 6 letters are Alep, Daleth, He, Mim, Resh, and Tau. And again, we use Estrangelo or Estrangela in a title, banner, tattoo, represent year. Very, very, very good and beautiful font for title and tattoo. Final form, as I mentioned before, when we have cap and cap, meme and meme, and noon, we have a three letters. They have final form. Here doesn't mean the sounds of that letter is going to change. The only thing, the shape is going to change. Example here, cap. Okay, that is the regular one when it fall at the beginning or in the middle. Cap at the end. And then example I have here is I put it at the first at the beginning of the word and at the end of the word. Kthauch. Kthauch. Now you're gonna say, hey, you say tch at the end. Kthauch. Yes. Cap has a soft sounds, and that's what we're going to cover, and this is a grammar. Okay, when we have a single dot underneath it, the sound is ch. And again, we're going to cover that one later when we're going to study cap. So kthauch is your book to second male person. Second male person. Meme. This is how exactly we're going to write meme, which is the final form, which is the same as meme Estrangelo. So you need to know this one for good. Maryam, M, first at the beginning. Maryam is a female name and means Mary in English. Noon, this is the final when it stand alone. Okay, noon means does not join from right side, and we're going to talk about that one later. Noon, okay, this is the final form, and I have it here, the last two letters, Yohanan. Yohanan. Okay, again, this one is a male name, and Yohanan means John in English. A special form for tau, and this one could be anywhere regardless the position, could be at the beginning, could be at the end, in the middle, that's going to be the same. Only thing in the middle with the special alep is going to be different. So in the book we're going to use this tau. Okay, so this one is tau, T in English, tau, and also we write it like this one. Again, I did not use too many words of T or letter T using this one in this book. So we're going to see more like this one in this book. Also a special format at the end for tau, alep. Okay, tau, alep is going to be like this one, almost like crossing over the tau, Vita, city. And also tau alep sometimes is show like this one, okay, like an ptholta version, ptholta. Already mentioned about few letters, they do not join from left, and we said that Syriac is a cursive language, and all of them they join from right except and left, except 8 of them do not join from left. They join from right, but they do not join from left. Again, just to remind you that Syriac is a right to left language. So you're going to start from the right of the page or paper or wherever you're going to type, going forward to the left, just unlike English. These 8 letters are alep, daleth, he, waw, zain, sade, resh, and tau. Vowels in the Eastern Syriac language, which is the topic of this book or the subject of this book, we have 7 no written system of vowels, and they are represented by dot. Okay, we're gonna put dot above the letter, and these dots unusually they are in 2 dots if they're gonna apply on a regular letter, and we have three vowels are derived from two letters, the waw and yod, and only one dot is going to represent based on the top or on the bottom is going to change the sounds of that vowel. And in fact, the sounds of that letter is going to apply that vowel on. It is very important to memorize the letters, the sounds of the letters, and the sounds of these vowels. That's exactly how you will be able to read and write. Writing is part of the system, so read and talk in Surath or Syriac. Again, if I'm going to mention Surath, Surath is the name of Syriac in our language. Surath in Syriac is Surath. Syriac is the common name. Again, most likely a lot of people, they say, it depends on the church they believe on. They name that based on their church. Okay, so we're going to cover the vowels and more details in Chapter 3. Numeric value, beside the international numeric values we use, and there is a fact about who create those international numeric value. In one of those appendings in the end of the book, you can see how exactly they create those numbers, the international number. But however, beside the international numerical value, we have another system using the letter to represent the vowel, the numeric value. So just like Roman numerical value, they use letters. Also, we have something similar to that one, using the letters to represent the vowel, the value of numeric value, number. Again, Chapter 4 will be specific for that one. We're going to learn about the numbers. So we're going to learn how we're going to read the numbers and date, year, century, measuring. Everything we related to numbers is going to be in Chapter 4. Also, we're going to cover how we're going to say the time in Surath. That is in Chapter 4. In the meantime, when we're going to study each letter, I'm going to represent the numeric value for that one and how we're going to say that number in Surath. Okay? Again, Chapter 4 will be the main chapter to cover all the numeric value. In the book, we're going to have certain characters to represent for short to mean something in this book. If you're going to have something like the C, which means classical Syriac language. Okay, what exactly mean by classical Syriac language? Again, in this book, we're going to study the spoken language. And the spoken language we're going to use is the most widely used among the Syriac people, which is called Deshten Ninwe. So, almost like 80% of the spoken language word are similar to the classical Syriac language. Few of them, we don't use them in the spoken language. Maybe a few people, they use them, but not a lot of people. So what we're going to have is, we're going to use these words here to represent the example, or like to apply the vowel, verb, and so on. So when you see classical, or C means classical, and means barely used in the spoken language. When you have the letter M for masculine form, for example, first person masculine, second person masculine, first person male, second person male, third person male, and also could be a masculine for something it's not a human being, and it's a masculine form. In Syriac, we have masculine and we have male. And we have no such thing as says no gender. Everything in Syriac has a gender. So if either is going to be masculine or feminine. The next one is a feminine form, okay, F, and P for plural form, or G for group, which is going to be the same or mix of masculine or and feminine. Here are the Western letters, and if you compare these 22 letters here on the top with the one we have in the Syriac, you're going to see they are almost the same, with a little bit different of shape. And the reason of that one, in the first century, when this language was like an international language for the Middle East and Far East, so everything has to be documented in this language. So they came up with this form to be easy for writing. So that's exactly what happened and why we have two forms of this one. And in the meantime, in the same time, that's what they did. It's they reduced the number of vowel from 7 to 5 by combining the closed vowel in the Eastern Dialect, the 7 vowel, for 2 of them to 2. Okay, so that's what exactly happened in here, and that's why we have two different dialogue in two different dialects in Eastern Syriac language. Sorry. However, from this one, combining from this language and the Eastern language, the Western language and the Eastern language, the Arabic language came up from. And most likely every single thing in Arabic is coming from those two different dialects. Okay, we talk about the Eastern Syriac 7 vowels, and these are the vowels, and I'm going to try to represent the sounds of these vowels, the name and the sounds applied on B letter. The first one is Skapa. Skapa, that's the name of the vowel. This vowel is a long A, like in father. So, applying this one in Beth, B is the original sounds B. With the Skapa, you see those two dots going this side here, up above the letter, is called Skapa. The sounds of this one is so with the B is gonna be Ba. Pthaha, the second one, Pthaha, it represents by placing one point over the letter and another point under the letter. Pthaha is pronounced like as in hot or utter. For with the B, the sounds B, or it's gonna be Ba. Ba. Do you see one single dot underneath, one single dot above? So the vowels always is with dots. The next one is Zlama Pshiqa. Zlama Pshiqa, it's a short I, and it is indicated by placing two even points side by side under the letter. Zlama Pshiqa is pronounced like as in a sit or hit. So with the B, short I, B. Zlama Pshiqa. Zlama Qishya is pronounced as an open E, A. It is indicated by placing two slanted points, one above the other, underneath the letter. Do you see here the Beth and two dots underneath it? Okay, that's exactly how it's gonna look like. Zlama Qishya is pronounced like A, like in they or net. With the B sounds B. Arwaha. The following two vowels, Urwaha and Urwasa, are derived from the letter Waw. Letter Waw. By putting one single dot above the Waw, this is not a letter anymore, it's a vowel. And the sound is going to be O, O. Like here, we're going to have it with the Beth, Beth, B, with the Rwaha, B, B. Now, notes here, those are not two letters. They look like two letters, the Wow, but that above it is not a letter anymore, is a vowel. So it's going to be B, B. Rwasa is the second vowel derived from the Wow letter, and is a single dot underneath it, and the sound is oo. Rwasa, oo. Like here is going to be boo. Hwasa is derived from E, the letter E, with single dot underneath it, and the sound is going to be E, long E, or E, like in a bee, tree. And the sounds with the beth, B, is going to be B. Okay, so those are the 7 vowels, and we need them before we're going to start learning about the letters. And it's going to be kind of easy for us to learn each letter sounds in addition to the vowel applied to that letter.